since starting our podcast in November, I feel like we're just collecting people of like either guests or listeners or just besties of the pod. And I am very thankful that we finally get to add another one to the group, Alissa DeRogatis. We've been orbiting her for so long, Kate, and we finally got to talk to her.
finally get to talk to her. I'm so excited.
You understand that we don't do like the traditional like author interviews by any means. Like if you see us having like a questionnaire of things we need to talk to an author about, like clearly we've hit our like we've fallen down and smacked our little heads too hard.
We are so excited to have her on today. She does Hot Girls Who Write. She has a book called Call It What You Want out that like basically went viral for how relatable it is and how much people like could identify with her story. So I was desperate to talk to her about that experience. And then she has another book coming out. Can you believe it? In August 4th, How to Find Love in the Cereal Aisle. You've seen her around. You've seen the book cover. You know exactly who I'm talking about. She's awesome, and we're excited for her to join us today.
Welcome to the podcast, Alissa.
We're so pumped that you're here. I feel like we've been connected to you through best friends and people, and we were like, we have to talk to Alissa finally.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
You were signing on. I was literally just looking at which date exactly Cereal Aisle comes out.
August 4th.
Oh, the 4th. That's what it is.
It's gonna be like the perfect like segue into like the fall season. It's like a cozy read that you just like don't want to put down. So I think it's gonna be perfect timing.
What does it look like in this part of it for you? Like the lead up?
Yeah.
Kind of this, not a lot of months away, but like this far away. What does that look like?
We're kind of behind. Like we should have already announced book tour and stuff. It looks good, but I'm also like about to sell my third book. Like my option expires like this week. And I'm like, of course it's gonna happen. Like when my third everything always happens all at once. And then there's nothing. For so long, all of it's quiet, like in trad, like, and then all of a sudden you're getting 6 emails in 1 week. And I'm like, my head's not can't be straight. I'm like, what is going on? So it's busy, but then also not. Like it really just depends.
It's like feast or famine, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I purposely did not ask a lot of questions when I've been talking to Alissa, but like, what's the story? I know you have a really cool story about the first book and how that came to be and how you got published and like where you are now.
I was in a situationship and we had a breakup. One of those. We like dated for a year in college, fell into like on again, off again thing after post grad. Then COVID, I feel like dragged it out even longer. And then all of a sudden it was 5 years. And I was like, what am I doing? Like we just both, I think like had feelings for each other, but I think we knew we weren't going to work out long term. And finally just were like, this has to be over. And then I was reading a lot of romance because all my friends were in relationships. I was bored. It was summer. And I was like, why does every book end with people together? Like that doesn't happen all the time. Like I knew I was going to be single for a hot minute because I'm not really a relationship person. And then I realized the reason that romance books have a happily ever after is because it's actually a requirement of the genre. So I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like I could have read like, some Sally Rooney or something. And then I was like, screw it. I'm going to write my own book, posted about it on TikTok like once. And then from there, people were like, when does this come out? I was like, I have like 30 pages. So this is going to take me a hot minute. And I just sat down and wrote every single day after work. I was working in an office 5 days a week, lived alone, came home. It was like my passion project. And it happened within like 4 months. I had a first draft and then I self-published it. I did not even have an editor. Like, guys, it was like real. Like if you go to my Goodreads, like you can tell, like it's pretty rough. Like, but you know what? I have zero regrets because it brought me like, I got my agent by the end of that summer. Like I released it. Like I'd used Grammarly, like, like autocorrect. Like it was like, I was like, oh, comma there, comma here. Published that in June of 2023. I was like, I want to sell 100 copies. My first week I had 1,000. The next week, like a few weeks I was at 10,000. Like, yeah.
Snap. Holy shit.
I know. It was, yeah. And then I signed with my agent in July. We went on sub in August. And then by the end of August, I had signed with my editor at Sourcebooks. but we didn't take that book offline until January. So I was still able to make money from Amazon. And then we announced the book deal in January after we had uh, done some edits and things. And then the book came back out like June 2024. And now here we are. I signed a 2-book deal. So that's where Serial Isle like came into play.
So my
God.
question, because the branding of them both, they just look so good together. And they're
Yeah.
just so
Well,
pretty. Yeah, they're so cute.
I love a pretty
I
book.
know, look at
Oh,
I
so
know.
pretty.
look
My
at that
friend Haley
freaking
actually
branding.
created this cover. I worked with her at the job that I was at, and then this one we did in-house with the design team at Sourcebooks. But yeah, they're so cute. I love the colors too.
Yeah, they're adorable. And I'm like, so when I think of like self-publishing and stuff, I'm like, how did you keep the same cover, or do they, like, how does that work when you self-publish and
Yes.
then they buy the book that's you've published? How does that even
Um, Good question. I mean, for cover, Sourcebooks likes to do a lot of data-driven things. So like they'll go out with like 2 or 3 title options and see if they test well with these focus groups. Same with covers. Um, so they just tested my cover, and I mean, by the time we had taken it offline, I had sold like 50,000 copies on my own. So like we knew the cover was working. So there was no question about it. Then I'm kind of picky though, because I work in marketing. Like my job was social media marketing before like writing full time. So we saw a lot of covers for Serial Isle, but they just bought the art from my friend Haley, who then she has her name on like the back cover here.
That is super cool. Yeah, I just feel like we never talk about that because we talk to a lot of either indie authors, a lot of trad published authors, people who do a mix of both. But I've
Hmm.
never gotten to talk to somebody who's like, I had an indie book and then that book was bought by a publisher and
Hmm.
basically republished, it seems like.
Yeah, we did do some tweaking. Like the story essentially is the same. There's just like longer scenes. Like we tried to do a little bit more depth. Like now I've taken some workshops, I've taken writing classes. I have really tried to, when you get that many bad reviews about how your writing sucks or it seems like a diary or like all those things. First of all, I'm on in the camp of like I don't want to change my voice because it's who I am. Like all 3 of us could sit down with the same book concept and we could write different books, right? Um
Absolutely.
and I think the reason it did so well was because people saw themselves in the book, and maybe that was the writing style, maybe it was the story, who knows? But with Serial Isle, I really wanted to challenge myself to write a little bit more commercial, like, and make sure that I was like at least, hitting on character development and like really like sitting in scenes longer instead of just jumping. And again, it's also not perfect. Like I didn't go to school for this. I don't have an MFA. It's just like I just like to write stories. So, I think I don't know where I was going with that.
Poof, there
I
it
don't
goes. We're
know.
like, hey, I thought that was
I don't
great.
know.
It's super cool, but like I think your story just shows like fuck it, whatever. Like I sold 50,000 copies at like, well, more than that, but
Yeah.
that's such a good way to just, I don't know. That's a good thing to put out there and just say that like if you like to write and stop putting other authors on a pedestal and just do
Yeah.
your thing.
One, the comparison culture is the worst part. Like, I don't want to open a book and see like and be like, oh, they're writing so much different than mine. Like, how do I make my writing like that? Because you're losing your originality then.
Oh, totally. That we talk about
That's
that all
such
the
a good
time. Yeah.
point. Like,
Yeah.
especially when you are in like the beginning stages of your writing career and you're
Hmm.
comparing yourself to people that have been writing for decades and you're like, yeah, they have like such like a strong voice or a strong like character structure or whatever it is, like whatever their like trademark is.
Hmm.
They took years to develop that.
Hmm.
Even like someone that's published like 50 books, like they are not going to tell you that their books that they started with are the same as the books that they're doing now.
Yeah.
So,
Even like genre, like shifting a little bit because Call It What You Want is more women's fiction. And then like Serial Isle is branded as like a romance, but it definitely leans a little bit more women's fiction because it's about the
agreed.
story of her like growth. And then y- it, I always want to write more realistic stories. Like I'm still single. I told that breakup happened in 2022. And I'm like, Yep, not even one guy, like no good talking stages. Like, there's been people, but like nothing super serious. And I'm like, I want young women to know that there's like happiness and things that you can get out of life that's not just love, but there's always going to be like a love story at the base of my books, I think. So when you do
Um,
genre shift to it, it I think changes your voice.
Yeah.
mhm.
And there's not, and I think especially thinking about when Call It What You Want came out around that time, there was nothing about situationships, and that had to speak
You know,
really to a lot of people.
yeah, I hate to be that girl. It's like I heard of Gracie Abrams first, or like, like things like that. It's like, but I do feel like that with situationships because one, it wasn't a term when I was like in mine. Like, I don't even remember the first time I came across the term, but like when I was in college and post grad, my mom would like, my friends would be like, "Oh, yeah, her friends with benefits." And I was like, "No. First of all, it's way more than just that, you guys." Like, because I was like trying to defend it. Like to me, it was a relationship. To him, like who knows what it was. But and that's kind of how most situationships I do feel like lean. But it was embarrassing. Like I feel like I was like, my friends were like, "Why are you so upset over this guy you never dated?" I'm like, exactly. Like that's why. Like there's so many what ifs. Like I think it's easier to break up with the shitty partner and be like, they were a shitty boyfriend. But then for me, it was like all about the potential. Well, if we did date, would he have been better? So I think being able to be honest and vulnerable with my feelings about situationships online hopefully helped other people open up and like, you know, now it's unfortunately really common to be in a situationship.
I love like your just little dig of, yeah, the guy just doesn't know what it is. Doesn't even know what's happening sometimes.
Yeah.
Literally.
And I think Call It What You Want, it does a good job at like like trying to see it from his perspective a bit and like giving him some reasons of why he is the way he is, but at the end of it she's just, I mean, we know they don't end up together, so that's not a spoiler, but like
Yeah, no, it's
she's
not.
just like, well, I'm not, no thanks. Like figure your shit
Yeah,
out.
he's like, no. He's like, I know that I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I like there's so many people that will like circle this one line and they're like, fuck you. And I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's like, I know, because Jenna, you read Serial, I read,
Mhm.
Call It What You Want, and then when we rescheduled, I was like, "Oh, I can do both now." But he literally is like, he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do it anyway. I know it's dumb."
Yeah. I forget what the line is. Well, I know, and that's I mean, like, it's like, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Like, I was basically giving him, like, an entire relationship without the strings or the responsibility. Why would he put a label on it?
Yeah, and she goes with it for a long time. She deals with it for way
Yeah,
longer than, like, I mean, who know I mean, I dealt with it for way
yeah,
longer than anybody else probably thought they would.
Oh my
same.
god, Kate. Are you just like drawing all of these like lines to your own
Yeah,
personal
everyone
life?
does. That's when you read Alyssa's
Yeah,
book,
you have to.
everyone does.
Because I'm like, I never experienced this. So, and I'm just like, this is really entertaining. And Kate's like, this is my friggin' life. And
Well, or people are so mad. Like, I think that's also what makes a good book. Like, you could, like, Jenna, you could read that book and be like, oh, wow, now I finally see, Kate's like situationship from her point of view. Or you could be like, or you could be like, oh, this girl's a fucking idiot. Like, and it's just fun and entertaining.
Yes.
But like, I don't know.
Is anybody like a theater geek? But have you guys ever seen the last 5 years or like listened to the last 5 years? Somebody listening will have listened to the last 5 years, but it's like both POVs of basically this couple and they both make so many mistakes, but like everybody walks out of that show either hating one of the characters or they're just like, I hate this, and all you do is fight about who was right or who was wrong in the relationship. And like
Mhm.
that's how I felt reading Call It What You Want. At least it did a really good job at that. Like you just so many opinions.
Exactly. It's kind of like Tell Me Lies to that TV show. Like, it's like you're like hate watching it. It's like hate reading it also. And I can look at that book and be like, I'm so glad I wrote it when I did, because I think if I had written it now, it would be probably a lot less controversial, but it would be a lot less like raw and real. Like, I don't remember how it felt to like feel those feelings until I pick up the book and skim through it. And I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, like that was. Because it's just like wanting someone to be loved and or like someone to love you that you love and then be like, why are they not choosing me? Like it sounds so desperate, but in the moment it was like, there must be something wrong with me. Why am I not enough? Like all of these things and getting to work through those feelings in real time. My therapist actually just told me, she was like, yeah, you process things like verbally. I'm like, yeah, that's why I write also. Like I have to like, my Substack, I'll like write things as they happen. Like if I have a fight with one of my parents, they're getting that Substack email to them in a few weeks.
God.
Sounds like
You know,
it sounds
I'm not
like
sharing like it's not like a diary entry. Like it's just like, I can recognize that my parents, this is their first time living too. Like it's always kind, but yeah, helps me work through things. So between Substack and therapy and these books, like people better watch out for me.
but that's me. I mean, that's Jenna comes up with crazy shit in her head and creates worlds, and like I cannot do something unless I'm like emotionally motivated to
Same.
do it. Yeah, and
Me too.
I felt that a lot of that with you, and just I recognize a lot of that in the books too. I was like, "Oh, she is like we're the same in that way." Because that's how my book that's coming out started as like, yeah, my situationship tried to break up with me, and I went and wrote a chapter about when we were happy. And that turns into
That's I actually I had to be like, I can't write the beginning stuff. I started towards the end. Like I wrote part 2 and then went back to part 1 because I
oh,
was so like heartbroken. I was like, let me use these feelings. Like you said, Kate, like being emotionally motivated. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel like I can't write the time we met or like, well, obviously that's not even how we met, but like you're using those feelings. We did meet in college and we were neighbors. He lived right above me. So
so that's cool. I do wanna get into Serial Island. I know Jenna's the marketing person here, and I like I wanna let you ask marketing questions because I really wanted to talk to Alyssa about her marketing and branding plans
Yes.
for new authors.
Obviously, you've been around the block for, like, marketing, but, like, are you doing, like, creative, like, book marketing? Or were you, like, in your day job, or is this like a you're bringing what you know into this space?
I'm bringing what I know into this space. So my day job
Yeah.
before was I was in social media for I started at Goldfish, like the snack, and then I went to a clothing company for like 2 years, which is where I was working in the office 5 days a week, and I was doing a lot of video posting for them, and I like just learned how to like story tell like
Mhm.
through content versus just posting a photo and being like game time equals snack time. Like you don't need if Goldfish never had an Instagram, you're still gonna buy Goldfish, right? Like this new company that I was at was all like every time like the more people see this one outfit, the more that they're gonna be likely to buy it. Like we're trying to sell clothes. Like your job is to make sales. So I was like, okay. And so that was the first post that I ever did with Call It What You Want was like, I got my heart broken. I wanted to read a book about people that didn't date. I couldn't find one, so I wrote one. And then that was like that is exactly how it went, but it was like boom, boom, boom to like some Harry Styles song or some shit. Next day I woke up, it was only like 250,000 views, but I woke up to like 3,000 followers on TikTok. I had had like 70 before that. So it was like that, again, lower view, but like high engagement like rate there. I just kept like kind of mimicking that my whole time. I was like writing Call It What You Want to keep the people interested, or I'd sit down with the camera and kind of take them through that. So I do think that a lot of that marketing was also personally tied, and it depends on how comfortable you feel like comfortable you are with sharing that. But I do think I like to compare it to like when you drive by a car wreck, you're like driving, but you like kind of want to see what's happening. Like I feel like people were nosy and they're like, oh, this girl's writing a book about her breakup. Like I have to read it. Like, so I think like, so again, if like any of your books are emotionally like or like tied to like anything personal, I do think being vulnerable is like a huge part along with like the way that I market it. But then I started when the book came out, I started doing the swipes on TikTok where it was like if you're in a situationship, swipe. I wrote this book for you, swipe. And then it was like one chunk of like page or quote. And I would just post the same quotes, the like big ones that everyone was reading. And I mean, 4 million views, 3 million views. Like I would sell one night I sold No, one night I sold 1,500 copies in like one day from
Holy
one of those posts.
That's awesome.
But if you think about that rate too, like 4 million views, only 1,500 people, like then think about, oh, you get it, like people were saving it, probably bought it later, added to their cart when they got paid. But yeah, I don't know. These ideas came to me. I loved seeing quotes when I was going through my breakup, and I was like, perfect. I bet if I like seeing quotes, someone else has to. So I'm going to use my book and make quotes out of it.
Mhm. And oh my god, like, this is like, if you are in marketing, you not only have, like, a big leg up when it comes to, like, marketing your own book because you know what, like, looks good, you know what performs well, but I also feel like you're more willing to try stuff. Like, you're more willing to, like, maybe not have to think so hard about, like, "Oh, I'm just gonna give this a whirl. I'm just gonna give that a whirl," and it almost,
Yeah, if
like,
it
takes the
doesn't
pressure off.
Yeah, like, if it doesn't do well, like, sometimes I'll write a Substack post, and I've been posting those on Instagram, and I'm like, "Oh, I really like this one," and it will get, like, 200 likes, and I'm like, "Alright, well, I still like it, so it's fine, it needs to live somewhere." It's not, like, about it, and then, like, 2 weeks later, it'll actually have 1,000 likes or something, like, you can't,
Right.
like you have to post things because you want to. Same with, like, write the book because you want to, not write it because romanticy's trending and I wanna be, like, hop on the bandwagon because I wanna sell books. It's never gonna work. You have to do, like, what feels right to you.
Yes, and you have to be like, you are not your book. Like,
Mhm,
your brand is not your book. Your brand
mhm.
is you, and when you are the brand, people wanna connect with you. Like, I think who was it? Oh, I forget where I saw the quote, but it was like, "If you had 20 different fans of your book come and sit down at a cafe and come and, like, randomly talk to you, would you talk like, would you want them to ask you about, like, quoting parts of your book, or would you rather have them ask, "Tell me why you wrote it this way. Tell me
Mhm,
how you arrived here." And it's all about you. It's like, "Let's just
mhm.
talk about myself." And it's like,
Yeah,
it's nothing about really yes, like, 50% of it is your book. That's, like, one of your campaigns, like, if you will, but they have to have that, like, strong emotional connection to you as the person.
mhm.
And I think that's where so many people, like, they're not willing to be themselves or be the person that people connect with. I'm like, "Just
What's what
give
I
it a
think
try."
Yeah, that's what I think is so weird. I had to sign all these book plates the other day and send them back to my publisher, and people were DMing like, "How can I get one?" I'm like, "Why do wait, people want me to, like, sign their book?" Like, it feels so weird, like, because 'cause I'm, like, creating something, "Here you go,"
Yeah.
but, like, I don't feel cool enough. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not Taylor Swift, like, why do you want me to sign something? Like, it seems yeah, it's funny. Like, I do feel like my brand is me, and
Yes.
I talk about this in therapy too, like, sometimes, like, I feel so self-centered or selfish or this or that, and she's like, "Well, your career is essentially you, like, you're in a different spot." Like, I hate when not my friends, but you're at, like, friends of friends, and they're like, "Oh, we saw you went on book tour," or this or that. I'm like, "I don't wanna talk about myself, like, what's going on with you?" And I get it's because it's a cool, different job, but so I love myself, I love talking about myself, but I also think there's, like, a fine line of, like, okay, you do this for work, it's hard to also then do it, like, in person too.
Mhm. Like, I don't know how authors that are, like, you know, like Rebecca Yarros, like, just throwing that out there, like, how she can go from, "I'm like a person, like, leave me alone," but also, like, connecting with readers, and I'm just like, what a world we live in where people, like, idolize authors
Mhm.
to this degree. It's
Isn't it a weird thing
crazy.
too because we do, like, enjoy being alone, like, what we do is so solitary that, like,
Oh my god.
to put us out in front of people is it's honestly, like, I love being on here because I feel like it's very, like, I'm here with 2 other people and we're being ourselves, we're talking, we're having drinks, and we're chatting about things that I feel like a lot of other people go through that do what we do,
Yeah.
but then to think, like, when we get our numbers back for listeners and stuff, I'm like, people are l who's listening to this? Like, who is, like, out there listening? And it's nice, but it's also the most terrifying thing on the planet. So then to think of,
Mhm.
like, 3 million people viewing your post,
Mhm.
like, from you in your
God.
bedroom writing by
Yeah, so
yourself.
too. And that well, and I think that's too why, like, I took those reviews at first so, harshly when you talked about imposter syndrome on your episode with, Meg Rosenthal. I can relate to that from, like, just a standpoint of, like, yeah, I had feelings, I wrote this book, and people then ripped me to shreds on Goodreads. I think not realizing and even maybe they did realize it and didn't care, but that these were like this was a real person and those were my real feelings. 'Cause even though it's fiction, like so much of Sloane in this book is my like what I went through. Like how could it not be? And so to have like those comments like felt really tough for me, but I was like also let me think of the people that it helped instead of, the people that didn't like it and decided to go and tell me why on Goodreads. And but I think that's the tough part of like this industry is like, yeah, you're sitting here. I think you're going to get much more positive feedback when you're actually your true self and you're being authentic and vulnerable than trying to be a version of you to like that everyone's going to like. Because newsflash, not everyone's going to like you or your book, which is totally fine. Like, all 3 of us probably have a different favorite author or book, and, like, it's normal.
Yeah, like, I don't want everyone to like me. Is
Yeah,
that weird?
exactly. I wrote this for a very specific person, and if it's not you, that's totally fine, but
Yeah, like, there are other books for you in the sea. Like, it
yeah,
doesn't need to be mine.
I feel like
yeah,
in Serial
exactly.
Isle, you talk about authenticity a lot and how that works
Yes.
for your main character in that book, and she definitely uses that. So I feel like that this is a theme in general in the next chapter for you.
Yeah, I know I did, base Ainsley a little bit off of myself in the sense that I was on book tour and I was like, "This is really cool." I don't really feel like I get to hear about authors doing this. Like, why don't they vlog? And like, that's why I like this space that you guys are creating too. And that's why I created my writing community, Hot Girls Who Write, because like you said, Kate, writing is so solitary, but like getting to be on here and talk to other people and realize like, oh, we all have these same feelings, or maybe you're struggling with this and I'm struggling with this and helping each other through that. I felt that way too with book tour. I was like, oh, I want to vlog this time because maybe another author wants to watch because they're interested or because they want to aspire to get there or because they're going on their first tour and they're nervous or something just to and
Yeah.
also to have the memories for myself. Like I don't care if it gets 1 view or like 1,000 views. And so when I was on that tour, I was like, this could be a really fun like way to like I wanted to write a book about an author because it happened to me kind of randomly. Like I never planned to write a book or anything, and then now I'm like, wow, I can't imagine my life without it. So she is kind of me. I see parts of myself in both of these characters, and like you said, I think being emotionally motivated is like the only way that I can write.
So when you started How to Find Love in the Cereal Aisle, did you kind of know that you wanted, like, this theme of, like, authenticity and being yourself versus what everyone is kinda, like, telling you to be? Or is that something you just, like, unearthed? You're like, "Oh, I sense a theme here."
No, definitely I unearthed that. This book would look really different. When it first started, it actually was mostly a breakup book. So those past chapters that like I do think some people think take away from that love story and maybe that's where it becomes a little bit more women's fiction. That was like the entirety of the book and my editor was like, "Hey, there's like no plot here, like there's no commercial hook. It's just like if what's going on?" And I was like, and you know what? That's so fair. Like, and so she was actually the one who kind of came up with the idea of like, why don't we have her like go on dates when she's on book tour? And I was like, okay, but if she's going on dates when she's on book tour, like she's probably doing them on Hinge or Bumble, and like then every date's like gonna look the same, you know? And when I was on book tour, I met this guy in the airport, like security line, and we wound up becoming like friends. We like exchanged Instagrams, like we almost went on a date last time I was like in his city, never worked out. Um, and I was like, this could be really fun. Like, that's a cute meet cute to put in a book one day. And I thought I was going to write a whole nother book about two characters. That's how they meet. But then that's how we came up with the meet cute mission where she puts herself into these really cringy situations that I would
Oh my
never,
god.
by the way, like I would rather die than like, but yeah, so that it was that was really the main theme. Everything that she feels as an author is me 100% like over. Not the writer's block piece because I've felt that sitting down and staring at an empty page, but I've never been like, wow, I can't write another story. Like but I felt like that was true to her.
Yes. Oh my god, like, we've been talking all about you and your book,
How about
but
let's let's talk about your other
that.
accomplishments. God.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I love Hot Girls Who Write. I don't view it as an accomplishment. I kind of just view it like as a space that like I don't I but when I was indie publishing or indie what yeah, when I was an indie author and even when I was just writing that book, there were so many people that I would like look up to. I saw there was some people that went indie to trad and I would DM them because I was really confused. Like, do you get a literary lawyer? Is this agent percentage like standard? Like, do I have someone look over the contract? Like, just at random questions, and no one would ever answer me. And I was like, perfect. So that was a big motivator for me creating Hot Girls Who Write was just like creating a space where people could ask questions and share experiences and resources. And I also was in this workshop cohort type of thing for a semester where we would do weekly write-ins where we would just write on our projects and like go on mute. And I was like, maybe this is like a way for me to create something that didn't cost me $600 for 6 weeks. But yeah, I wanted to be inclusive. And Hot Girl, you don't have to be a woman to join. Like it's just an energy. Hot People Who Write didn't sound the same. Hot Girl, we call it like a mindset, Um, just I
Love
feel like
that.
we give
Hot
that
people didn't sound right.
it did.
Hot
Oh,
Girl,
because you're totally right.
I don't know. I loved it because I just I want to call myself a hot girl who writes. And
Yeah. I'm like, hey, and every Patreon post, I'm like, hey, hot girls.
energy I need to get through the next
Yeah,
month.
sometimes you need a reminder. Like, we're all hot and we write.
Yeah. Like, I need this, like, on my little bulletin board that's in front of me. Like,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
oh my god, do you remember the Ryan Gosling, like,
Hey girl.
"Hey girl"? Yeah. It's like that, but it's like, "Hey
Hot
hot
Hey,
girl.
girl
yeah.
who
Yeah.
writes."
Some hey girl energy.
That's incredible.
I love
I
it.
know. I need to get like merch done sometime soon. I was thinking about
Yes.
that.
You guys don't have a
Yeah.
what? Your merch would kill.
Oh
Well,
my god, it would slay so hard. And I love how you built it out of, like, necessity. So you're like, "There is a hole here, and we need to fill it, and we need to fill it now." I feel like you can go to any, like, writers association, and you're bombarded with resources, but is it catered to you and your writing journey? No. Are you
mhm,
going to be able to use every single one of them? Probably, but do you need to? Probably not. So,
exactly.
I just love how you, like, you're essentially doing exactly like what we're doing of like you saw a hole, you wanted to fill it, you wanted to bring people together. And it's like this beautiful little moment that I'm so thankful that writing gave us. Like
Mhm.
it is a solitary thing, but when you get to connect with other solitary indoor cats, it's really fun.
Yeah. No, it's so fun. Before every write-in, we go around and say our writing win of like the week. So you get
Yeah.
to like get to know people when they have a release. We'll celebrate that. Like just anything. I mean, even if they have something hard going on, I try to put the money I get back into the community too in like other ways. But someone's like parent died and I sent a DoorDash gift card from all of us, like to make sure that they just didn't have to deal with food for like that week or something. Or, like there's just everyone is people too. It's like, and I do feel like we'll go in there and some people are like, yeah, I wrote 2,500 words. And someone's like, I actually took 1,000 words out of my manuscript or I haven't written in weeks and my win is just showing up. Like everyone's at different stages, but it
Yeah.
doesn't make anyone's stage less than. Like I think we're
Hmm.
all, different struggles.
Totally. And
It's
we
just
like we definitely preach like a lot about community and even just engagement together. And
Mhm.
so anyway, thank you for creating that space because it is really cool. We need to encourage more people to join those spaces because they do seriously make a difference. It's branded really well because you're really good.
It's just my thing. I don't
It's
know.
killing.
When I saw some of the book covers for Serial Isle, I was like, no.
That's
Like, we had
Jenna.
to go back to
That's
the drawing board so many times. And I felt so bad, but I was just like, seriously? Like that? Like what? But we got the beautiful cover out of it. Like, I love it so much. The bag charm is probably one of my favorite things,
freaking
and
love
then
it.
this little guy.
It's
Supposed to be
brilliant.
like
Like,
it's supposed to be like getting a boyfriend's as easy as grabbing a bottle of wine at the grocery store. And this is all I need anyway, a boyfriend, a loaf of bread, and a bottle of wine. So
yeah,
perfect.
There you go.
Don't use
throw in some
anything else.
cheese and I'm sold, man.
Love it.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, the
Oh,
cheese.
yeah,
Missing the
yeah.
cheese.
But, like, how do you make cheese appetizing and in, like, a 2D illustration style?
You
A little
don't.
hard. If you have met me in real life, you know I'm an actually kind person. But if you would hear the inner monologue that I have about people's book covers of, like, what the fuck were they thinking? Why? Who paid for this shit? I'm like,
I'm
like,
also
it is.
not yeah, no, I agree with that, and everyone has their own thing, like, some people don't have an eye for design or they don't care about what the book cover looks like, they're more about the story. I have said this on too many podcasts and so many interviews. I do judge a book by its cover, and I do think
100%.
so many people have picked up my book being like, "Oh, that's a cute ass cover, I'm gonna grab it," and then they
100%.
think it's a romance, and then they're sorely mistaken, and they're like, "Damn, this book really got me." But it's like, okay, you could turn it over and read the back. Like, I'm not, just trying to sell you based on the image. But I also think what you said earlier about like marketing and asking kind of how I've decided to market the books. I don't like character art. I don't like character focused covers. Like I even the trope post that I did recently, I was like, this is usually isn't me. Like I'm marketing it in different ways. Like I knew that I wanted I don't know. Like I'm not doing the basic things that I feel like a lot of romance authors are doing. And by basic, I don't mean like basic in a bad way. I just mean like kind of their
Expected.
yeah, like the expected things. And I just try to come from it like with it for me. Like what I don't know.
Like, and if you have a background in it, clearly you have, like, a level of taste that people like.
You're
So
okay taking
then,
those risks.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I think that, like,
Eh,
there's as someone who doesn't, there's so much pressure to be like, "Oh, I have to do what's commercial," or "I have to do what the market that says that I have to do," and to write a romance and not to have, like, 2 cartoon people on it is, like, groundbreaking at the moment. So, like, I
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I was
heartbreaking.
about to make a comment and be like, if you ever see me selling character art, just know I'm struggling. But then I was just thinking about it more. And like, I wonder if it's actually like a good, if people would actually eat it up. But I just don't want to see my characters in a cartoon form. Like, I cannot do that to myself.
Yes. I couldn't even picture what that would look I just hated everything that came to my head when I thought of that image.
Feels too childish, like, especially with like sex scenes. Like, it's not my vibe.
Yeah. I agree.
like,
I agree, but
if
that
people
was
are
a hard choice
going
as an indie author to be like, "I don't want character art," and because there's every Instagram, every TikTok you see, it's like, here's what the standard is. The industry standard is, like, everyone needs to invest in character art, and everybody needs to invest in, like, an animated cover. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Ah. So it's nice to talk to you guys, and I thank God I had Jenna, and it's nice to hear your perspective, and it's, like, refreshing because you feel like you're making, like, a radical choice at the moment.
Yeah, and again, never say never. Like I might do it one day, or like if my publisher's like, "Hey, here's all this data on why it would help you," I'd be like, "Okay, sure," but like I'm not going to frame it and put it on my desk. Like I can't have that staring back at me all day. Like I just,
absolutely
I
not.
like the Pinterest photos, but even the ones without people's faces, like I don't want. I, I don't know. Almost like my characters don't feel like they have faces to me. Like I can't put the a face to these people. So that's why I think the character part's hard.
Yeah.
I do love, like, if this is your vibe post.
Hmm.
The almost like the inspo boards, love
Yeah.
those posts
Yeah.
because everyone, like, if you're reading a particular book, it is a vibe,
Mhm.
especially if it's like a dark academia kind of thing of like, yeah, vibe check, 100%. Um, but yeah, I have thoughts and I have feelings about all the cartoon character art, especially like you said, Alyssa. If they're having sex, I don't want to see a cartoon of that shit. Like,
That's such a
no.
thing, though.
It
Yeah,
is, and it's weird.
it's
Like,
weird. It's like
no.
anime. Like I don't or like yeah, I don't I agree.
So we are at an hour. I don't want to take any more of your time because we could definitely talk for more than a couple of
Yeah.
hours.
So How to Find Love in the Cereal Aisle releases on August 4th. It's my sophomore novel, and it follows Ainsley Green, who's a romance author who just got broken up with, and she's going on her first book tour, and she has a new romance novel to deliver to her editor, and she's feeling really stuck, and she creates this meet cute mission to try to gain inspiration for this novel, but somewhere along the way it kind of turns into a way for her to fall in love, sort of.
Sort of.
You guys
Yeah,
are gonna
I don't
love
know.
Maybe.
I can't tell, like, I mean, it's like a friends to lovers, but like, do I even want to say that? Like, I say it online, but I'm like in the elevator pitch, I feel like it gives it all away. So I got to work on
Right.
that. But thank you for giving me a space to start it.
Yes.
did a good job,
Good.
but not like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And who says we have to be all the things that they say we have to be? Like, just let it be.
No, exactly. Just let
Let
it
it
be.
be what
Yeah.
it is.
Just don't make me have to check a box.
Chocolate. It was adorable. We loved it. But he's
Thank you
gonna
for
love
reading.
it.
That was really
It's really exciting for this to be your second book, and yeah, thanks for letting us.
Big
it.
fan. This has been another episode of Margs and Manuscripts. Thanks for listening. Your hosts are Jen G. Judith, Kate Winelovich. Our writer and public relations manager is Kate Winelovich. Music by John Winelovich. Editor, Jenna G. Judith. Creative direction, Jenna G. Judith. And our podcast manager, Kate Winelovich. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. Visit our website at margsandmanuscripts.com. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.